Lucian mid for Doinby.
Let's go.
Versus Xiaohu on Talia.
That seems awful.
We're done on the map if they get some alone time on the turret. So we're already seeing on the opposite side, NIP are looking to trade, but good job from Breathe, recognizing with this Scion, with Flash and ult, you can kind of just stand here and really just be a nuisance.
Yep, just able to try and delay Aki. A double seismic shove lands. Both members are going to be put to sleep. The question is, do you have any extra damage? Doinby, though, it's a lot of magic resistance in those boots. The turnaround for the culling, it's on to Urha. The knockup is there. So is Aki. Urha can't get away. It's first blood going over to Aki.
There we go.
IP wants to start up their own red buff. They're not even able to. You see Shanji moving down on the swing. He's about half HP. Xiaohu is coming over as well. The knockups are there. They're going to go on into Urha, and Urha's going to go down to Shanji. Got able to get out. We're going to go in. Here's Aki. Doinby, as you said, on the way. Light lying in wait. Chains of Corruption going down. That means Doinby's going to get rooted up by them, but no further fight. So a nice little pick for NIP.
Pushing in this wave. I'm sure that Aki's a little bit question mark pinging about, like, I don't know, are they actually going to be trying to go for something here? But due to them moving over, and with Leave also recalling, does mean that for right now, Weibo will have access to pushing in mid first. And you see the pinks coming out, alluding to, and what I mentioned at the very beginning was that his mana costs are really high. And kind of keep him out of the game.
Gonna get engaged on. PP God trying to get in there. Double knockup is there. Tien is so low, and they will be able to find him, but they lose the Rakan in return. And on the backside, Leave dies too. And Light's getting pressure from Aki under the turret, just able to get away. The Demonic Ascension, the Flash, and Shanji will be able to claim the life of Urha.
Leave used his ultimate and all of his summoner spells just to barely not get the kill onto Tien, so he puts himself in pretty big jeopardy for that fight. Thankfully, for the side of NIP, they invested a lot. They'll get some of these grubs, but that'll be 4 grubs in total for Weibo. And on look at the trade, almost everybody from the side of NIP outside of the person who and pull Xiaohu over for this to happen. Tien getting caught preemptively though. Nice dodges.
Yeah, Tien is dancing around it. Here comes Big Scion. Shanji in the middle of 3 right now. The Demonic Ascension gets some damage out but can't survive. Xiaohu with the teleport in. Had used the Weaver's Wall. Now Aki's kind of caught in the corner as he gets tagged up. He's going to be put to sleep, but he hits the dog.
Where are we going?
PP God falls too. A 3-0 for Weibo Gaming.
NIP just do absolutely jack all in that fight and lose position in this game. That'll be the Dragon going over. If they want, they can also move over. It looks like it takes them too long to finish this objective. What a sloppy fight from the Ninjas of Pyjamas, and Weibo kind of get gifted a win here in that fight.
Yeah, it was very, very ugly.
Deal with the Scion is going to be a true miracle here.
All right, we're expending double TPs. We are ready to go if you're NIP. They said, I didn't hear no bell. Let's get in there. Aki in the backside is kind of stuck in the back of the pit as he was not able to secure the Herald. He'll be able to dash out of there. So double TPs for losing the objective.
There are Hex Tech gates, so moving around the map is a little easier, but Weibo are going to be able to take first turret here. Remember, 4 grubs and 2 of them, and now they can recall, still have the Herald that is in their back pocket and even play for the Dragon.
Okay,
this is very safe. This guy's walking out.
Yeah, I do not think Breathe is going to... Oh, wait, actually, Breathe. All right, you're going to burn his flash. You're going to dive. You got to go for it. Aki tanking up a lot of turret shots, and now he's on the wrong side of the tracks. An absolute disaster class for NIP. Doinby forced a flash away from Light's ultimate.
Just get the wave, wait for Rakan, and either decide then that, you know, with Rakan there, they'll be able to make the play, or just call it off and move back into mid. NIP playing a little too fast, and that has been the hallmark of this team. They haven't been the best about playing around the map, you know, just this year in general. Some of the hands aren't quite there, but one of the hallmarks of this team is they're going to fight you, and they're going to force you to meet them out at a team fight. So I guess, you know, NIP just decided, hey, this game's getting a little too boring. They have no traditional frontliner here, and so being able to kind of snap and find engages is going to be quite tricky for them. Here's one of them, Tien!
Yeah, they snap it right off on Tien.
NIP don't know how much ability they'll be able to escape with, however, as they're kind of corralling this bottom side jungle, and okay, we get the picture.
This dragon's still alive. Oh, goodness. Yeah. All right, who's going to secure this one? It is going to be Aki, the smite fight. There wasn't really a fight, no smite to be had.
Why does he get to jump over that?
Way tanky. Xiaohu is stuck.
Xiaohu's now stuck.
Right now.
He has ultimate. They can make the turn though.
And they're so afraid of everybody else though. The rest of Weibo just hanging around, able to keep Xiaohu there. Leaving a cleanse to avoid getting hit by a seismic shove. Not a whole lot more as the demonic ascension wears off. Doinb getting tagged by Tien. Tien flashing forward.
Tien!
And will put his former teammate to sleep and look to take him out. Doinb not going to be able to escape. Is he going to burn away? No, he will survive. The shield from PP God was enough to keep him up. Oh, Tien, don't do it to him.
They're trying to find snipes. I thought that was an amazing escape from the entire team of NIP. But Tien and flashing, man, finds 4 people.
This fight is going to be really important. Can't get to these priority targets. And I was just thinking, oh, Urha's done a great job of not getting caught out. He immediately gets caught out. So you can't even think it off battery. The caster curse is real. So what they'll elect to do is start up this Otacon about 30 seconds beforehand. Weibo Gaming has kind of corralled in this corner here. Urha gets pulled in again, but so does PP God. And PP God goes down, but I think Otacon helped out on the back end a little bit, making it a 1-for-1 support trade. Doinb's got to dash out.
Here. Doinb can recall if he feels like he doesn't have enough HP, but this fight is so tentative. Leave is coming in over the wings.
Shanji over the top. Shanji over the top. Here's Leave on the back line, looking immediately for Light. Will be able to find him. Is going to set a shot on Xiaohu next. The Leave is going ham, and he manages to get a kill, but it's
they got the Otacon!
The Otacon withdraws. Breathe now, chasing down Doinb, flashing on him, and taking him out, chopping him down.
By himself hitting onto Xiaohu and Light, but it just takes way too long. Doinb as a secondary carry is just not there right now. Weibo are starting up this Baron. Nefarious trying to get this Dragon by themselves, so this feels like a weird trade. Weibo for the next 2 minutes will be in a very good spot to be able to push out and get dominating vision, so that in 5 minutes time, hopefully they're in a strong enough position.
Going much better.
Yeah, the false lives doing a lot of work there, and I'm gonna be honest, Yanni. I look at this team fight. I really feel like Doinb did not do this much damage.
No, it did not feel like it. It was a lot.
I feel like
it's fake damage. This 2-item combo is not good. I know you kind of have to do it to chop down the Scion, but you don't have enough damage, bro.
Yeah, no one is being able to kill this guy. Shanji does have the Riftmaker, which I think is pretty interesting. Does give him some more survivability alongside having the Conqueror, but kind of see this now.
Another nice play by Tien, putting everybody to sleep. It doesn't matter that you're not getting kills. You are getting into the base. You are taking that inhibitor, and Weibo Gaming leveraging their strength.
Very deadly threat.
You saw what he was able to do in the Otacon fight. Maybe he's got a miracle in his back pocket. But Weibo Gaming, right back to your regularly scheduled programming, knocking down bot inner turret, looking for this bot inhibitor turret. Their siege is really, really good, right? The poke from Light, you can get tagged by Tien and immediately put to sleep from a bowling ball. It's really hard for NIP to play right now as the hook goes down over on the side along with the seismic shove, and they pick off PP God to make it a 5v4, and the siege will continue. The culling coming down from Doinb, but it's not enough to kill those minions as the inhibitor will fall as they peel back for the minions in the base.
Ooh, and I like this, still having Baron 10 seconds. They're gonna move into mid lane with this wave that's coming on through. Xiaohu was trying to escort this in. Breathe and Tien can connect very easily into this play. And now it is the end of the Baron buff. They will be able to grab with 4 grubs as well, all of the inhibitors. So a lot of gold now here for the side of Weibo.
And NIP gets a look at their base in tatters, and they will be confined to their room for the next couple of minutes. Earth is being sieged by the minions. NIP's wave clear is fine. Hook does not land, but another pouring of minion waves into the base.
2 waves at the same time.
It's so tough.
This is tough. Trying to see it.
Can't do anything. PP God.
Send it now.
He's got to go back. He gets knocked up over on the side. He's down to half HP. Chains of Corruption to go through and going to land. But here we go. We're going to look for Xiaohu. Xiaohu flashes over the wall. Shanji from the front trying to deal with Breathe. But PP God had already died. The hook goes down. The Nexus turret goes down. The Swain goes down. Everybody goes down. And the Nexus will go down. Weibo Gaming looking really good from start to finish. They'll take game one.
We thought some of their interesting picks were going to be able to cook, but going a little too ham, a little too early there. Light does get themselves a quadra kill to end out this game. 3 and 4 items, you know, 2 or 3 items, that kind of like idea space. So like 28 to 35 minutes. NIP are probably going to be feeling incredibly strong, or the grubs, I should say, as Dragon's being traded for TN. Maybe there's a play onto this Mordekaiser, but Mordekaiser ultimate makes this way more difficult than it does for Yorick.
Yeah, without a doubt. Hopefully Weibo realizes that and doesn't do something silly, as they will elect not to do much of anything. They'll just head into the mid lane here, 3 strong, as the grubs are finished up on the top side.
Ability to actually hit turrets, and maybe once Xiaohu has finished his first item, he'll have a bit of time on the power spike to actually deal damage. Oh, Light.
Light is out of the top room. He's going to flash, but Shanji's going to flash right after him and pick up first blood.
I hope Pong's watching in the background like, see?
That's dastardly,
That's just alone time. That's just alone time. Like, he just misses his whole wave. I hope we get a picture-in-picture as to what the hell happened there, because there's just no reason for him to be getting... Oh, Leave? Tien's here. Tien's ulting.
Oh, here we go. Teleport coming in as well. Leave is going to get rooted up. Has to deal with the ghouls in the backside. Flashing in. Shanji is here. PP got ignited, getting lower and lower, but they don't really have any opportunity to re-engage. Tien trying to get closer, trying to use his W to root up Shanji. A lot of damage coming through.
Oh my God, Shanji!
There too, but it's not enough, and they run out of damage. PP God can't do it all, and Weibo get 2.
Kind of play vision very, very well, with Maokai and Aurora kind of being able to be very deceptive in that way. So we have 4 grubs going over to Aki. Urha is sitting over the pit in case he needs to be here, but kind of with Doinby and PB God as a 2v2, this is very difficult for Weibo to walk into.
Yeah, no chance there. Ezreal's up top, Yorick's on the bottom side, so giving away those grubs, and we'll see if it does come back to bite them. We're going to see an ultimate get used. Tien? Flash as well. PB God with a snappy engage, and Tien is just dead.
Wow.
Picks like that in order to really take control of the game, and because of that, this does mean that NIP will be able to pick up their first dragon for themselves and not allow Weibo to get that stacking started early.
All right, we do have to escort our jungler out of this pit, however.
Oh no.
We will before he will just have to flash. Okay, cool.
They have to be pretty content with how the game is going, although Breathe does look a little strong, has good CS. Hold on a minute.
What is Tien doing?
Has to blow his ultimate. Yeah, like what is going on here? That was very silly. You can see on his camera too. He's
Yorick. It's going to be a little bit before we actually get to see too much. Finally, NIP will be able to grab themselves the first turret in the game. And that should also give them, or they already had feat strength, so feeling pretty good about their spot. Now they've got Herald in a minute. As long as they can get some recalls in, I really think that NIP should be focusing on getting this Herald. You have 6 grubs already. You basically blow up the game if you drop this objective.
Yeah, you are looking at almost guaranteed to get 1 turret. Maybe you end up getting 2, depending on what the situation calls for. Is going to be looking to shove off Erha here.
Well, we're not doing anything, so let's just move him back into bottom lane, and that means that they completely give up control of the river here. And so now it's Tien and Xiaohu hitting onto this objective. Doinby is looking to TP into this play.
Alright.
And maybe they just try to trade this for mid-tier 1. I mean, it doesn't seem like Light is giving them the posture to be able to do so.
Dragon resets. Aki takes a huge chunk, but Doinby is here. Going to chunk out Erha. Erha looking for a way in. Light a little low on mana, but should have enough to make it through this fight. As more Victor lasers are coming through this choke point as Weibo are a little split. Teleport is coming in from Shanji. They're not going to commit Breathe's teleport, so here comes the Maokai ultimate just to root a couple of members up and make this hard. Ezreal coming through, but it is way late, and the Dragon is secured for NIP.
Well, they just committed 2 teleports, right? Doinby back to TP'd mid, Shanji TP to this play. That's just going to be a turret going over to the side of Weibo. And now Breathe has a pretty big responsibility to at least shoulder some of the burden for this game. Problem with them kind of allocating their TPs in the way that they did, they just have to give this objective up. And getting a little cheeky there. That was actually damage placed onto BB God, so he won't have any home guard boots when he runs out of base, which I think is kind of funny.
It's the most tilting thing ever.
I'm okay with getting my recall not stopped and not having it's funnier to me.
Oh, sure, yeah. I just don't want it to happen at all. You know, didn't want to go in full pursuit there, but PP God not having a flash, something pretty important between worlds getting put down by Xiaohu as Leave gets chunked out hard. And now they've turned on to Aki bullet time, just trying to force them away. And it will be successful. The slow is out because of that Leona ultimate. Shanji is now joining the party and has pulled Urha into the Death Realm. And the Death Realm does mean death for you, as the support for Weibo is lost.
Yeah, I like the answer of Aurora into Misfortune because it's a way for a team to get the strut passive, so the attack speed and the bonus movement speed. And this was a dangerous fight just in general here for NIP because not only was Leave taken out, Shanji walked into this with like 60% HP. I think there's...
And, you know, not a whole lot of damage going down onto this top tier 2, so... I wonder if
Observers, what are you showing me?
It's actually going to be worth it. Yeah.
Split cam. Okay. All right, you can't see it in the split cam here, but Aurora is just below Doinby here. We're getting the Maokai ult.
Here we go. That root goes down. The Dragon getting lower, 2,000 HP, but they're shoved all the way off because of the teleports. Dragon secured for Weibo. The big blow up there onto the Leona as TN gets to the back line, but has to flash out and is now caught up in the bullet time. Shanji pulls Breathe into the Death Realm too and is looking to hunt him down. Urha going all the way back in. Light and Xiaohu, their combined powers getting the job done. Doinby able to dodge out on a Mystic Shot, but Shanji out of the Death Realm, caught alone, and then Light finishes off Doinby.
Oh man, that fight could have been so good, but we see Weibo take control of space so well. It's a great call here from Weibo. Look up the Dragon, they'll win the fight, and they'll get an Otacon. These are going to be a lot of Blood Roses going over to them.
Yeah, this is what's going to feel like the game is tilted heavily in their favor. Big, impactful teleport there from Breathe.
Third and potentially even fourth item before we see Doinby on this Victor actually do very much.
It might be too late at that point, although a nice bullet time goes down. Airhawk gets caught out. He get a big pick.
Killing Leave and starting the Baron.
Yeah, that is crazy. Meanwhile, Shanji and Breathe in the Death Realm going at each other. The Maiden and the little minions, the ghouls, the ghosty goos, trying to do what they can to help out Breathe.
Shanji, no.
Trying to lure Breathe in, and Breathe gets caught as Aki shows up to the party and takes him down. You talked about how Doinby is not going to be dealing damage until like 3, probably 4 items. So this extra time, you know, meaning that Breathe is not on the map, mucking around with the side lanes again. Now he's going to have to fix this bottom lane. It just means that NIP is buying themselves more time for later.
Options for NIP, especially being able to play at range. Does mean that now Weibo are going to be on sole point, so every 5 minutes from now on is going to be a forced engagement for NIP and Weibo for themselves here. Seems like Doinby going to be going for a Zhonya, so we'll have still some of that damage. Pick on the Xiaohu!
Yeah, your damage doesn't matter if you get caught out like that and you can't go between the worlds. You will fall and NIP will turn toward the Baron.
Well, how much can they actually do off of this play? Breathe, probably going to push one more wave and then teleport here. Shanji preemptively getting into the pit. And now Tien and Light have to be able to make a miracle happen. Tien, the flash is available. Can he get in and make a steal?
All right, let's see if he can. Tien.
Oh, Death Realm!
Yeah, the Death Realm. He flashed in too. Tien, oh, what a mistake there. He's going to go down. The Baron goes to NIP, but Breathe on the bottom side.
So he'll grab himself one turret, level 18, 700 gold going over to him. He's going to have maybe another item in purchase if he's really ready for it. And now with this Baron, how much work can NIP do? They have 6 grubs, they have this Baron. So alongside of Misfortune with these love taps, mid-tier 2 goes down. It's going to be a 45-second difference between Baron falling off and this Dragon spawning in 3 minutes time here. Can Urha find and engage? He has been he's a bit quiet this game around. We're getting the teleport from behind. NIP are going to collapse onto Breathe.
All right, Breathe is just going to try to win this 1v1 against Shanji, and Shanji cannot get the shield in time. And now Doinby chasing after Breathe. The Maiden's got to start helping out. He's got the shield from the Hex Drinker. Is it going to be enough? He's trying to stay out of the gravity field, but then he got stunned. He stepped into it, got stunned. Doinby will go golden. And down goes Breathe. Meanwhile, we still have fighting going on. Xiaohu is the one who gets stunned up in the mid lane.
Get Vision down. I was going to say I really wanted to see Urha step up. He has had a pretty decent performance in his first stage games here in the LPL. But this game has been particularly difficult, and I know for, like we've been saying,
Maybe they're
this
going to
is
rip it
a
here.
game and a series that Weibo really want to try to win.
Urha got knocked away. Mighty's forced off TN, getting a little low. There's no Maokai ultimate as Xiaohu got chunked to about half HP. Here comes the bullet time too.
Tian's
Tian
dead.
is just dead. The inhibitor's fallen too.
But they're gonna end the game.
This is the game. The back is coming through for Breathe, but it ain't in time. But your second next turn is gonna fall. Wait a minute, maybe a turnaround. Nexus explodes.
No,
Xiaohu trying to do
no.
his thing. Here we go. It's a 3v3, but Shanji is here too. Doinb goes golden. The Nexus is under siege. It's being hit. And
Shanji, Aki,
NIP
Doinb!
will even the series up at 1.
Outrange them with this Rumble, set up a good enough spot where your Skarner and your Ahri are able to tank some of the spells, and just open up for Light to be able to carry these fights with this Luluzeri. How exactly they're playing around some of these early objectives here. Aki going for a full vertical here, or just going for 3 camps into mid. Shanji?
Oh, flash! Oh, he autoed. Okay.
Oh my
auto
god.
Wasn't enough to kill. But
Flame
Breeze is the
Spinner's up,
taser gonna be
though.
up the Flame Spinner. He's chasing him down. Taser, taser, taser. Oh, Shanji.
Wow.
Just able to get away.
Tien gets an early peek. He's trying to make a move onto Doinb. No flash
There you go.
available.
Yep, and Doinb slammed up against the wall. And the charm lands too. And Xiaohu will get his second kill of the game.
Able to take this from him. Yeah, like this is just not allowed.
All right, Tien, you're being a little bit of a
Guys are
silly
dead.
goose here, buddy. And Doinb is going to move up too. Tien fighting off far more than he
Tien,
can do here.
what?
The permafrost, and first blood goes to Doinb.
Oh man, I like okay. This literally doesn't matter what Xiaohu does here. Phase rush. I'm gonna walk away. I have red buff, so I have infinite health sustain as
Trying to
well.
stop him on red buff.
Xiaohu's trying to steal this. We're getting teleports in.
Oh
What
my
is
goodness,
going
what
on?
is going on? Aki going all the way in. Xiaohu able to get the kill and he survives. He gets a little bit of extra HP, but he burns away because Doinb had a red buff.
Aki, I saw it in the player cast. Aki immediately is like, hell yeah, brother, hell yeah. Xiaohu is down. And we'll kind of see how this ends up kind of affecting the rest of the map as Doinb hitting level 6 Xiaohu hitting level 6 first, I think is a really big breakpoint for them. Him taking this last wave on bottom lane as Jinx and then moving into mid, taking back control. Doinb's probably going to be holding on bot lane after they make this rotation. This will be 3 grubs going over to Weibo, which is not bad. They have had some time to hit turrets, but for the most part, pretty healthy, all things considered. It's mostly just a lot of chip damage in the mid lane.
What do you think seems more likely? This game going over 35 minutes or under 35 minutes?
Oh, for sure over 35 minutes. I'm sorry, dog. Call out of work.
I can't. I'm the only supervisor in the office after a certain point, so I gotta be there. It's okay. I don't mind that point. I don't really care. You know, if I cared that much, I wouldn't have signed up to do this, man. You know?
As well, so it is easier for Weibo to kind of peel for their team, but on the opposite side, I think NIP have a much easier job of doing this.
Urha gets healed, but goes down anyway. Good catch there as Aki gets the party started.
Now we'll see what is Weibo going to be able to do with a Herald here. Should be able to look for mid-tier 1, but with not that many Void Grubs, it's going to be particularly tough with how much HP this objective has. For how important it has been for mid-priority to be in this series is we kind of see Weibo, they can't enter, so we are just going to hit mid and then maybe walk top, let breathe. Oh my god, Xiaohu with the ultimate just is barely out of range there of the Sejuani ultimate.
NIP very well to understand that things are okay. Shanji TP's behind Breathe, trying to get that push in and maybe got a little bit too greedy. He is going to drop the equalizer onto Shanji and is now overheated, so turning around, but the public execution comes through. PP God shows up, puts him in the bounce house, and then Shanji puts him in the dirt.
He's out of there. Okay, he's gonna go again. We're going again. Come on, Tien.
Oh my god, what happened?
What the hell, man?
Made contact, landing on the Jinx traps.
You're playing Skarner. Who the hell cares?
Listen, I'm not defending him. I'm just saying what I think I saw. Yes, bro. Why did we go for the Rift Herald if we were going to do that?
Has a pretty massive individual lead over his counterpart with now an Infinity Edge finished in comparison to the Yuntal plus Runons from Light. Xiaohu is about to have a fully stacked Rod of Ages and a Leandri's. Entire job is get into the back line, blow up Leave, blow up Doinby, and make it so that NIP have no chance here to succeed.
All right, we're going to get the party started on Aki here, using that Impale, knocking him up too. He turns around for the stump, but it doesn't matter. Light gets that kill as Xiaohu takes Leave really, really low.
And Breathes here as well. Xiaohu's going to try and fish for some more damage.
Equalizer.
Oh, he's dead. Leaves down.
Enough, he is. And he can't get the ult off either. He will fall. The turret will fall into the mid lane as well. Good job by Weibo.
Finally, and it gets them the Otacon, which will give them false lives here going in for the next 2 minutes so that they can play either for the next dragon or more. So tough here. Weibo now in a pretty precarious position just because of the fact that, yes, they have a gold lead here, but this game doesn't get any easier from this point. Like, Shanji has just outfinished a Spear of Shojin and
on one of these structures and then come back a little bit later and knock it down. It looks like that's what Weibo is aggressively positioning for. Mega Death Rocket did land, only does a little bit of damage, but Tien is taking really low. Shockwave only lands onto him, and he's going to withdraw. Aki dies, and over on the backside, Xiaohu sliding in and out. PP God forced to heal to survive, so it ends up being a 1-for-0 turn.
And Otacon doesn't even give Jinx her reset, so that's a pretty big power spike going up against them. Shanji will have traded this for a bottom or a top lane tier 2, so more global gold going over to try to equalize this game.
For all NIP to us, Xiaohu is going to be the one trying to play goalkeeper and keep them away. Shanji looks like he's starting to move toward them. Tien going all the way in. Tron lands on Leaf, but an instant cleanse. But they throw so much on Leaf. He burns away and dies. Xiaohu, he got to that back line. And Shanji is mired in the muck up front. Just like you said, Elk Battery, he needs to be the guy, Xiaohu.
He's not, I mean, Xiaohu found all of that damage onto Leave, the equalizer as well. We talked about it from Trap. This was going to be a hard game to play Orianna, and in the same way, it's going to be a hard game to play. Can Aki make the steal?
Aki? No, he cannot. And he's forced to flash, but then he gets charmed, and he does not get out. The Sword of Deception kills him. It's a 4th kill for Xiaohu, and full control for Weibo. But the Leave was already so forced out, and without him, your comp kind of collapses, right? Shanji has a fair amount of damage, but I don't think has enough to be able to go in and be in a 1v4 situation and actually be able to do anything of note. Now the siege is on Off Battery. They're fishing for charms. Here's the public execution. There's the shockwave. There's a great play coming through for NIP. 2 members are down. The resets are there. Leave gets another kill. What a play.
But can they find more, and what are they going to be able to get for this? It's going to be a dragon going over to NIP, a little bit more time in this game. It is 3-item AD carries coming on through for both teams here. And a lot of gold now being swung over to lead. This game is so back and forth. A single catch being able to equalize this game only feels right, but it is still 3,000 gold here. You have this Baron at least for one more mini wave. There's a very high likelihood that they can try to look for an additional play here. Oh my god, Tien!
Tien is stuck, but he manages to get 2, and they stick him on a skewer. The knockups are there too. Super Mega Death Rocket does enough damage, but do they actually get resets? Leave is trying to get in there.
The shockwave doesn't land!
Here's Leave. He's trying to make it happen, but he's down to half. Xiaohu doing it again, sliding in and out and surviving and taking out the carry.
Light and Urha finally get a team fight where they can fight, and the solo laners again for Weibo come up clutch. NIP, they're trying their damnedest to be able to win this game, but teleports in from 2 of the solo laners. This might be it. 30-second death timers, and it's just Shanji.
NIP got back up in that mid lane fight, and Weibo Gaming said, we're going to put you right back down as they are on the Nexus turrets. Weibo Gaming, if they find a way, if they turn it around, this is the turning point. This game, as the second Nexus turret will fall, and PP God is trying to buy time. The public execution. Aki's coming out of the fountain, but it might be a little bit too late. Xiaohu's autoing the Nexus. Leave is here, but breathe. And Xiaohu will kill the Nexus, and Weibo Gaming in a thriller take the series 2-1.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.